In this video, I'm going to show you how to 10x your podcast and become a content repurposing machine. Hello and welcome to the Pod Sound School channel. I'm Veronica, and in our channel you can find videos about podcasting, YouTube, and social media. And in today's video, I'm going to be showing you the exact steps I use with my clients to 10x their podcast. I get it. As an indie podcaster, you have to wear many hats. You have to research your topic, you have to find the guest, you have to record the podcast, and then you have to edit the podcast. You have to promote your episodes on social media, and you have to be active on social media. All of this while balancing your personal life. But now that you know what podcasting entails, it's time for you to get more strategic with creating your podcast and with creating content in general. Imagine being able to be on multiple platforms without adding more time to your workflow. Great, right? So I'm going to show you the ultimate content repurposing strategy we use here in the Pod Sound School to create videos, podcast episodes, content for our social media, blog posts, and so on. These are the same steps I use with my clients to 10x their podcast, so I hope you're ready. But before we move on, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Also, if you find the information in this video useful, don't forget to hit the like button. And if you're ready to make this year the year you start podcasting on YouTube, we created the Podcast to Video Starter Guide. In this guide, we cover from equipment to video ideas, so make sure you grab your free copy by going to the link in the description below. Are you ready? Here's the first step. Ask yourself, what are some of the things that my audience is searching for on Google or everywhere else? This is a very simple but a very, very important step. Sometimes as content creators, we create the podcast episode, we create the YouTube video, and then we post it in the hope that somebody is going to come find us and somebody is going to come and listen to our episode or watch our video. But it doesn't happen that way, unfortunately, unless we are a celebrity. But what if instead we create something with the certainty that there's somebody out there searching for what we have to offer? And how do we do this? With keywords. Keywords are words or phrases that people are typing on Google or YouTube or the different search engines. So imagine that somebody online, or 100, 1,000, or million people online are searching for the 5 best dating apps. And you create a podcast episode or a YouTube video that covers this topic. And you post it on YouTube, or you post your podcast episode on Google Podcasts. Over time, there's a possibility that those people trying to find an answer for their question will find your podcast episode or your YouTube video. So let me take you to the process that we do here at the Pod Sound School. Every time we want to create a video or a podcast episode, we do keyword research. For this, we use TubeBuddy. And TubeBuddy is a Google Chrome extension you can download for free. And inside TubeBuddy, we use this tool called Keyword Explorer. So the next step is to type the keyword or to type the phrase that we think our audience is searching for. And what Keyword Explorers is going to tell us is the search volume for this term and whether or not our channel ranks for this. This is very powerful. You want to repeat this process with different things that you think that your audience is looking for, and have a spreadsheet where you put all your keywords and your phrases and have that handy every time you're going to create your podcast episode or your video. Now you may be wondering, what do I do with this list of keywords, Veronica? Well, and that takes us to step number 2, which is to create an outline or a script using those keywords. You may want to choose 1 or 2 keywords that relate to each other and start working those keywords into your outline or script. And if you're recording a podcast episode and a YouTube video at the same time, you may want to incorporate 2 different intros and 2 different outros, one for your podcast episode and the other one for your YouTube video. And if you're new to this podcast on YouTube thing, we have a playlist right here with videos that will get you up to speed to start your YouTube channel. Step number 3, create a repurposing and recording workflow that works for you. So this is where your repurposing skills kick in. Now that you have your outline, you can decide what to do with this content. And the possibilities are endless. Whether you're only recording a podcast or you're recording your podcast and a video at the same time, this is where you get to maximize the time you have in front of the camera and you have in front of the microphone. Maximizing your time in front of the microphone or in front of the camera is something that I advise my clients to do all the time. Just think about it. You have done your research, you have your keywords, you have a script or an outline, and you're ready to go. So instead of recording one podcast episode or instead of shooting one video, why don't we do different things with that time we have? For example, the day that we are recording our podcast episode and videos for YouTube, we also show up on our social media talking about the same topic, the same subject that we're covering in the video or podcast episode. We take pictures or videos of our behind the scenes, or we can take a time lapse of our recording session. Sometimes we go live and answer questions for our audience. This is something I want you to keep in mind every time you sit down to record your podcast or to make a video or both. How can I make the most out of this moment? A question that I get a lot from my clients and students is that maybe making videos for YouTube or incorporating all these things I have to do for my social media would add more to my workflow. And the answer is that yes, it can add more to your workflow, but this is where we have to be strategic with the time that we spend doing certain things. For example, if you spend an hour or an hour and a half recording one podcast episode, maybe you can shorten that time to half an hour or 45 minutes, and then spend the rest of the time recording a video for YouTube or showing up on your social media or recording a video for IGTV or for Instagram Reels or showing up on your Instagram stories. And here's a hot tip. If you record your podcast episode remotely with a guest and you have those keywords in mind, you can ask your guest to elaborate a little bit longer on those keywords, or at the end of your interview, you can ask your guest to talk about those specific keywords and have that as your YouTube video. Yeah! Did you like my hot tip? And that takes us to step number 4, our final step, and that's to use tools to maximize your content repurposing. Here at the Pod Sound School, we use so many apps to repurpose our content. But 2 apps that you can start with are Headliner and VidVideo. With Headliner, you can create audiograms with clips from your podcast episodes. This is a very fun and creative tool. You can add images, you can add your brand colors, you can get very creative. You can get so creative. I mean, crazy creative. Like the creation is just off the roofs. And we have this video right here on how you can create your own audiograms. VidVideo is another tool I use to repurpose our YouTube videos into different formats for our social media. What I like about VidVideo is how easy it is to create clips from your videos to post on social media. What I do is that I take a screenshot of the part of the video I want to post on social media and I upload it to VidVideo, and from there I choose the different formats I want for my social media. I post highlights of our videos on Instagram stories or IGTV. I post those videos on our Facebook page and our Facebook group, and I also do a little preview for Pinterest. You can find a list of the different tools we use here at the Pod Sound School in the description below. Okay, Patsky, did you find this video useful? Give me a thumbs up. Also, don't forget to subscribe to our channel. And let me tell you, I am so proud of you that you have come so far in your content creation. I would love to hear from you. So make sure you find me on Instagram at Pod Sound School. Don't be a stranger. Come and say hi. And before you go, 2 things. No olviden hacer la tarea. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Happy casting, amigos. Hello. And what? Right. What am I saying?